2025 has been a stunning year for the Nike and Jordan brand. And one silhouette that they had looked out for us on is actually the Air Jordan 4. Either we're talking about the Air Jordan 4 Brick by Bricks by Nigel Sylvester, super hot kick, y'all know what this kick is, or one of the retro OGs that they gave us, which is also known as the White Cement 4. I did not have a previous pair of these, so I went ahead and copped a couple of pairs of those. Or, what do y'all think about the Air Jordan 4 Cave Stone? Now, we do have the Armand Manier 4 mochas that's coming out, which I don't have yet. That's another silhouette that people have been comparing these to. What do you think about the Rare Air 4s? Now, I'll be honest with you, I like the Rare Air collection. I like the whole series of Rare Air that they have, but, you know, these sat around a little bit. But then again, so did the Cave Stones and the White Cement 4s. And then, of course, we have like this. This is like the villain. This is like the villain of the 4, the Black Cat 4, all right? And obviously, y'all know what the Black Cat 4 is. But then again, as of March 18th of 2025, Jordan Nike brand gave us this shoe right here. Now, this is the Air Jordan 4 SB Navy. Now, back in March 20th of 2023, Nike Jordan brand gave us, this is the OG right here, the first of its kind. This is called the Air Jordan 4 SB Pine Green. You'll know what the kick is because it took me a while. I didn't even get this shoe until last year, like at SneakerCon. Was it SneakerCon last year? No, that was SneakerCon this year. Wow. So SneakerCon Fort Lauderdale, I was on a mission and I went ahead and copped, finally, it took me forever. Finally, I was able to cop these Pine Green 4s. Now, with that being said, there are some differences between these two kicks right here. So I will submit to you, here are 5 differences between these Air Jordan 4 SB. So let me give you a little bit of information about it. Both of these shoes had released for the same price, which is $225. This was like a highly coveted shoe. And at one point, so was this one. And then things shifted, like things have changed. It just did. And throughout that change, this shoe right here just kind of began to drop, while this one just kind of holds this prestigeness. But let's take a look at the differences. Now, when I first seen this shoe, I liked it, but I immediately began to recognize the differences in them. And I will be honest with y'all, I was kind of slamming Nike a little bit. I was like, man, why would y'all change up the shoe, right? It's an SB. It's supposed to be like the blue colorway of the Pine Green, just in blue. Why don't you just keep it all the same? But then I've watched a YouTuber's video about this, and I don't remember who it is, but I want to give them their credit because they made a good point. They were like, yo, shout out to Nike for allowing this shoe right here to stand on its own 2 feet. So they made some subtle changes, maybe not so subtle to some, but they did make some subtle changes in order for it to stand on its own. So here goes 5 differences. All right, number 1, let's get into kind of like the obvious. The obvious for number 1 is just going to be the color. Like flat out, there's a color difference between these 2 shoes right here. The Pine Greens, even though the description says white, right? But it's not a white shoe. It's not an all white shoe. I don't know if this is like a baby sail, if this is an off-white. I don't know if this is an eggshell. I don't know what the official color is for this, but I don't know if it's a muted white. I don't know the official color. Maybe all my paint experts, y'all can tell me, you know, the color code by here, but I'll tell you this, it's not a pure white shoe versus the navy. So they went ahead and made that white. It is a white sneaker. So the first is the color. The second thing is going to be on the mudguard, the suede that we have here. On the navies, we kind of have like a hairier suede going on there, right there along that toe cap mudguard. And on the SB4 Pine Green, you see it's the same thing, it's suede, but it's just kind of like a lower cut. Number 3, this one is probably a little bit obvious, and number 3 is going to be the outsole. On the outsole, they went ahead and blessed us with a gum bottom. Apparently the gum bottom is supposed to help get a better grip on the board, you know, for skateboarding. I'm not a border skater. However, it's supposed to give you a better traction, better grip. But what they did was they gave us a different color. So you see here on the OGs, it's a little bit darker gum bottom. And then here we have a lighter gum bottom. I wear these kicks, so these kicks are dirty as all get up. It is what it is, right? All right, well, moving on. Now, this is one that, like, straight up, I've I've gone into details about the pull tab on the back of the Air Jordan 4. I've gone into details about this, and I'm gonna be honest with you. This right here was kind of the reason why they started making changes to other silhouettes. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. These other silhouettes here, they're soft. It's rubberized, but it's not SB soft. So when you hear me say SB soft, these are on a whole nother different level. So all of the heel tabs here, the pull tabs here, they're still not SB soft. Now, even though the pine green is the first of its kind to have that tongue like that, I will submit to you, and if you have both pairs, try it out for yourself. I will submit to you that the pull tab on the navies, I don't know, they were able to do it, is softer than the pull tab on the pine greens. Look, give it a shot for yourself. Let me know if I'm tripping. Comment down below and let me know if I'm making this one up. But the pull tab on the navies is actually softer than the pull tab on the pine greens. It's crazy. It's crazy. Side note, I would still love to have a family friends pair, which is the red pair. I don't remember the official name, but it's a red pair, you know, to kind of complete this collection there. I would love to have the red pair. Now, for the fifth and final difference between these two kicks, and this is a subtle difference here. It's a subtle difference. But number 5 is going to be the Air Jordan behind the tongue, the tab behind the tongue. The tab on the pine green, Air Jordan, you have to look closely. My old eyes, you know, I had to hold it up to the light, but you have to look closely. But the Air Jordan is written in black. On the pine greens, it's a subtle difference. And if you look at the color of the Air Jordan on the navies, it's blue. It's like a dark blue. I don't know if that's a navy blue or something, but I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not black. It's a subtle difference, but hey, it's still a difference. So even though in hindsight, you might look at this shoe and say, oh, Nike Jordan brand got lazy. All they did was just turn it blue from green, and that's no creativity there. I will submit to you, there's 5 differences between these kicks. Look, let me know if you can see it. Let me know if I'm tweaking or something like that. But those are 5 differences in these kicks. Shout out to everybody who's been tapping in. Enjoy another Jordan 4 video. And if I get my hands on these Amas, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna have to compare them and find some differences between those and the Cave Stones. Yo, it's always loving this end. Thanks for tapping in. Subscribe. Thanks for showing some love. And we out.